It was Christmas Eve, the kind of cold that makes million-dollar furnaces earn their keep. 32 people crammed around a table long enough to land a plane on, all of them lawyers, surgeons, or married to one. My in-laws' estate glowed like a jewelry commercial. Ice sculptures. String quartet in the corner. A waiter for every 4 guests. I was the only one in the room, wearing boots you could actually work in. Richard Hawthorne, my father-in-law, senior counsel, man who still pronounces Esquire like it's a blood type, waited until the main course to draw blood. He stood, glass raised, cheeks flushed from Cabernet and self-satisfaction. To my brilliant daughter, he began, beaming at Lauren, who could have had her pick of anyone, Harvard, Yale, Princeton men lining up. And yet, his eyes slid to me. She chose the guy who fixes freezers for a living. The laugh was soft, practiced, the sound rich people make when they think cruelty is wit. A few sympathetic glances floated my way, the way you'd look at a dog that just got kicked. Lauren's hand found mine under the table. Her fingers were ice. I pushed my chair back. I'll grab some air. Richard flicked his wrist like he was shooing a fly. Take your time, Mason. We'll manage without the help for a few minutes. That was the line he should never have crossed. Because the man sitting 3 seats to Richard's left, the one Richard had spent the entire evening name-dropping, set his fork down with a click you could hear across the orchestra. Judge Malcolm Whitaker. Federal bench. The reason half the people in the room still had their billable rates. Richard's white whale. Whitaker looked at me, then at Richard, then back at me. Mason Reed, he said, slow and deliberate, like he was reading a verdict. You're leaving? Richard chuckled nervously. Malcolm, it's nothing, just. Mason Reed, Whitaker repeated louder, is the reason the federal evidence locker in the Byrne building didn't lose $37 million in seized pharmaceuticals last July. The room went so quiet, I swear the ice swan stopped melting. Whitaker stood. Every eye followed. Triple redundancy failure. 98 degrees outside. Your elite engineering firm gave me 48 hours before total cascade. Mason walked in with a toolbox and a thermos of gas station coffee, rebuilt the cascade sequencing himself, and had us back at -20 in 19 hours. Alone. He turned to Richard. I offered him a 7-figure retainer on the spot to consult for the entire federal district. He turned me down. Said he likes getting his hands dirty. Richard's face cycled through colors usually reserved for sunsets and bruises. Whitaker wasn't done. I was going to announce tonight that Hawthorne and Associates would co-counsel the new Maritime Litigation Trust. 42 ports, 9 figures in escrow. I needed local counsel I could trust not to embarrass me. He looked Richard dead in the eye. Consider that offer withdrawn. A woman near the end actually dropped her phone into her soup. Lauren's mother made a sound like a stepped-on bird. Richard opened his mouth. Nothing came out but a small, wounded exhale. Whitaker walked over to me, extended his hand, not a handshake, a statement. Offer still stands, Mason. Deputy Director of Critical Infrastructure. You'd report directly to me. Or don't. Your call. Either way, you don't belong at the kids' table. I took the hand. Firm grip. Eye contact that didn't blink. Richard swayed, caught the edge of the table, knuckles white. I looked at him, really looked, and felt nothing but the cold clarity you get at 30,000 feet. Merry Christmas, Richard, I said. Lauren was already on her feet, code in hand. We walked out past the string quartet, past the ice swan now weeping itself into oblivion. Behind us, the most powerful room in the state sat in stunned silence while a man realized, too late, that the person he'd spent 8 years belittling had quietly become the most dangerous one in it. They say Richard still has the job. Barely. They also say no one returns his calls anymore. Some reputations don't survive the moment the mask slips, and everyone sees what was underneath all along. Turns out the sharpest revenge isn't fire. It's simply walking away while the room burns itself down trying to figure out how they ever missed who you were.